It's over. Today, I handed my husband the divorce papers. I actually wrote the terms for our separation 6 months ago, right after that fight when he said, "At least you only have to clean up after me since we don't have kids." That sentence echoed in my head for months. Be grateful to clean up after a grown man 10 years older than me? The next day, he apologized, explained himself, swore he didn't mean it. But I've always believed words said in anger still reveal the truth. A few days ago, I found his forum account. I wasn't even snooping. I saw his username by accident when he showed me a screenshot. It stuck in my memory. 2 days later, I decided to check it, and there it was. Post after post, complaints about me, rants about our life, cruel jokes. In one thread, strangers called him trash. Reading that, I realized how naive I'd been, thinking love could fix everything. I met him when I was 20. He was 35. People warned me about the age gap. I ignored them. My father's a single parent and didn't see a problem, but later I understood. He was the same kind of man. It's like my father trained me to accept a certain kind of behavior, so others could take advantage of it later. One day, after work, I came home exhausted. My boss had just been murdered by her husband. I told my husband, crying. He didn't comfort me. He said, "We don't know why he did it. Let's wish them both luck and move on. Wish luck to a dead woman." I tried to tell myself he just misunderstood. That comfort lasted an hour, until he complained that dinner was late. He had just eaten half a bag of chips. Instead of helping, apologizing, or waiting, he threw the chips at me. 7 years together, 4 of them married, and that was the first time he did something that blatant. Crumbs scattered all over the floor I had just cleaned. He swept them eventually, not properly, not fully. And when I brought dinner to the table, I thought, I've spoiled him so much. I'd always served him food, brought it to the table. No one had ever done that for me. Then I stepped on a chip. It didn't hurt, but something inside me snapped. I screamed, ran to the office, grabbed the divorce papers, and placed them in front of him without a word. While he shouted my name, I walked out. Now I'm sitting in my car, eating a burger and fries, the food he always forbade me to have. He said I'd get fat and he'd stop loving me, so tonight this burger is my reward for finally choosing myself. I know I'll have to start over from scratch. My life as I knew it is gone, and so is my love for him. But I hope I don't give in again. I hope if I ever start doubting, I'll remember this moment, that leaving wasn't an emotional outburst. It was survival. This isn't the first time I've left him. It's the fourth, and it's final. I've been saving money since I left the first time, 2 years ago. When I realized that being a housewife gave me no power, I found a job. At first, just to prove I could. Now it's my lifeline. He lied about his age, said the gap was 8 years, then 10. Turned out to be 15. I forgave him, just like my father taught me to always forgive. But forgiveness doesn't bring peace. I've never had peace. I moved straight from my father's house into my husband's. And now, at 27, I finally want to know what peace feels like. I stayed because I was raised to. As a child, I was told, don't look men in the eyes, keep your head down. I thought obedience was love. He told me grad school was for men. When I got into woodworking and simple robotics, he asked if I was transgender. Because a woman who wants to build things must want to be a man. When I got accepted into the top university in the state, he said, women would be happier if they stopped trying to compete with men. When my father died, he said I wasn't sad enough about the man who used to choke me over burnt food when I was 11. He laughed when his friends commented on my body. He called me not a real woman for not wanting kids. He let his coworkers spy on me to make sure I was at work. He ignored me for a month, communicating only with sticky notes. He sent explicit photos to a 19-year-old girl, and when she called him a pathetic loser and said she felt sorry for his wife, I still stayed, because he pretended to try. Therapy, self-help videos, apologies. He brought flowers, took me on dates. And I thought, he's trying. At least he doesn't hit me. At least he's better than my father. That's how low my standards had fallen. When I came back to get my things, He snatched my headphones, smashed them on the floor, and stole my passport. He screamed that I couldn't survive without him. That I had no family, no friends, no one. He was right about the last two, but I reminded him there's no prenup. If he fights the divorce, I get half of everything. If he signs, he keeps the house, the furniture, 3 of the 4 cars, and most of the savings. It's more than fair. I don't want anything that reminds me of him, he cried. Tried to beg. A 42-year-old man on his knees, pleading with a woman who just wanted to be treated with respect. I gave him almost 10 years of my life. Years filled with loyalty and love. When he lashed out, I responded with care. But now there's nothing left to give. I've rented a small place out of state, far from where he can reach me. My job allows remote work, and for the first time, I'm starting to see a life worth living. There's a long road ahead, lawyers, paperwork, rebuilding. But it's still easier than loving him ever was. To everyone who sent kind words and support, thank you. Today I cried, but for the first time in years, those tears felt like freedom. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply walk away.